Yo, how you guys doing? It's Yellow Man here. And today I got some pretty crazy news because another game developer has gotten exposed for being a creep. Is anybody really surprised? No, not really. This time it's a Polish game developer named, we're just gonna call him Jack, okay? So Jack's on a fire for expecting his female employees to agree to mandatory Sona sessions. Don't know why a game developer would need his employees to agree to a mandatory Sona session, but okay. Kinda sounds like a cult. So I guess Jack is like this is company's like leading creative director. So he started exchanging messages with this woman named Alexandra, and she's like this narrative designer writer. And Jack asked her if she wanted to join the company and work for him, and she declined the offer as it required a mandatory Sona session. And reportedly in these Sona sessions the girls would be naked. Obviously he'd be in the Sona with them. And yeah, she just basically was like, yeah, I'm not having that because that's on some weird stuff. I don't understand what type of game this dude's creating for the Sona sessions to be mandatory. Maybe it's Sona Session Simulator 2024. Who knows? But I think I found the messages that the article I was reading was talking about. Jack said, feel free to contact my narrative, Mullen. Maybe we can offer you some work in Spectrum Studio. And then she responded saying, hi, we've already exchanged a few messages in the comments here on LinkedIn. And from what you said, you consider naked Sona sessions a part of work responsibility in your studio. I told you that that's a big deal breaker for me, and we've called it a day. Thank you for your offer though. Okay, so his pre-brain has already asked her if she wants to work for the company and partake in the naked Sona sessions. But you know, he obviously cannot take no for an answer. He has to ask again. Sure. I didn't recall your name. You just forgot her name. Okay. Nah, you just wanted to ask again and see if she changed her mind. But anyways, this is what Alex had to say about the situation so far. Jake started a conversation with me under a post about me looking for a job. I did my research on him and his studio. I politely declined because of the Sona thing. I later posted about the situation and all in-games employees that weren't getting paid and are now looking for a job. Since I'm also owed a lot of money by this company, suddenly Jake appeared offering me the job again. Okay, so I was wondering why his female employees agreed to do the naked Sona sessions. And I think it's because they're desperate for like a job because they need money. And they are probably in debt, so it makes a lot of sense why they agreed to do it now. I reminded him that I declined and told him why. Jake then started to convince me and others that there is nothing wrong with what he's expecting of his employees. Yeah, guys, there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of desperate people who are looking for jobs and having them attend your monetary naked Sona sessions. But you're wondering what game is making in order for his employees to attend these Sona sessions? Don't worry, he's described it. He says that Spectrum Studios is working on a new groundbreaking game. A mix of life is strange, narrative, Final Fantasy story characters, Hearts of Darkness, adventure levels with dog, the truest, exploration and questing, and THPS, tricks and specials. Yeah, he just seems like he just threw a bunch of random stuff together and called it a day. The main character will be a Sona master and will be in charge of performing in various Sonas. Smells, music, geography, and everything. What does and everything mean? What does that mean? Yeah, this game seems like the most boringest game ever. Like, who wants to play a game where you're trapped inside a Sona? I don't think nobody wants to play that. On a separate LinkedIn thread, Jake said that this mandate is not about getting naked, but rather the experience of different kinds of Sonas. The developer said the wetness level inside certain Sonas can get very high, and if someone was using a towel, it may result in fungal infection, which is why there are times participants are recommended to be nude. Bro, this guy sounds like a two-year-old trying to make excuses. Well, the reason why I recommend my employees to go in naked, the level of Sona, it gets like very hot, and it might cause like people to have fungal infection if they go in with a towel. So, you know, I'm just looking out for my employees' health. Even though you can literally go in with Sonas with a towel on and you can be perfectly fine. In fact, I've actually done it before. And it's staying there for like, what, 15 minutes? So I want to see how long it's staying there for. And I came out perfectly fine. You know what? Now that I think about it, I do got this weird yellowish bump on my And now let's look at your other claim where you say, the reason why you have these mandatory Sona sessions is so that your employees, you know, get the feel of what a Sona is like. And all the different kinds of Sonas and level wetness, I guess. Well, look, you can do that. You know, game companies do that all the time where they go like to Asia, if their game's based in Asia, just to see what's like, you know. But what a lot of companies that do that don't do is recommended you to show up naked, because that's just weird. There's no reason to do that. In that further comment, Jack asked Alex if she would hire an engineer to build an aerial plane if they didn't understand the mechanics that make a plane fly. This is something Jack said he would not do. One needs to understand the assessment, and that one is very specific, he wrote to Alex. Alex pointed out that there is a big difference between making sure a candidate is suitable for any given job and an employee expecting its staff to be naked during work-related activities, which is just facts, dude. I think that's the most stupidest point someone has ever made. I don't think these mechanics who are working this plane need to be naked, you know, to work on that plane. Just like how your employees don't need to be naked in the sauna to, I guess, experience the sauna so that they can make your game better. You had a lot of time to prove me wrong. To write a scene in a sauna without being in a sauna. Instead, we are wasting time on social media. Jack replied. My narrative girls is what he calls his employees, by the way, which is so creepy. My narrative girls had to go to the sauna with me to come up with an amazing script for proof of concept. Technically, it's possible to do without, but I absolutely adore the fact that they could use their own sauna experience to write an awesome script or scene. Or I got a bad idea. You knew that you could take advantage of these girls. Since you know they're desperate for a job and, you know, if they don't have one, they're not able to eat for a week. So you decided to come with this stupid sauna concept where all my female employees, they have to show up naked to saunas to understand the experience of a sauna so we can make our game the best game ever. And ever since his allegations got revealed, he has made a response video. Sadly, I can't find a response video. It doesn't even matter if I did or did not. It's in a different language, so we can't even understand it. So instead, I'm going to be continuing to do what I'm already doing, reading the article. I wasn't expecting that it would be received as pretentious and cause negative connotation. He noted his use of narrative girls was wrong and meant to only convey the narrative team at that time was all female. It seems like you're using this narrative girls as a way to get off to. And I wonder why the team's all girls. It just doesn't make any sense. He continues to say, I'm looking for people who are equally passionate about the culture of taking saunas and opening to experiences. Part of that culture, I believe that personal experience of a subject helps with understanding the sauna culture. Are you on meth? Because what are you talking about? It's not hard to understand that saunas get hot. I agree that the words I choose would be perceived that it was encouraging to take the sauna session with the company's boss. It is not my intention. I proposed, and I'm still proposing, candidates to experience the sauna session, female only and male only, as long as it reflects the real sauna experience. Okay, so then why do you have to be in the female only one? Why can't you be in the male one? Oh, my bad. You don't get the same experience from the male one, do you? Jack said that he will be more careful with the choice of his words in the future to avoid embarrassment and doubts about his intentions. He stated he has also started consulting with an HR specialist regarding this case. Look, you guys just don't understand. My employees are separated into only male and female saunas. But sir, why do you join the only female one? Because I just don't get the same experience from the male one than the female one. And sir, one last question. Why does it look like you're recording from your security camera?
Sauerländer Gurken, knackig im Biss.